2 pugs on the side, and then it says Pugs and Kisses on the other side. I don't even like pugs.
Do you see those pugs now as what's their relationship?
The 2 pugs there? Oh, they're strictly models. They're not together.
They're not together?
No, they just do photo shoots.
Okay, they actually don't get along.
Because they look terrified. I don't like pugs, though, because you have to get that anal suction thing done on them.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
No, but...
Anal suction might not be the correct word, but it's close.
You've used that term with me before, and
yeah,
I doubt you're doing that to a pug.
That was after we drank a lot, though.
Yeah.
I'll have a look here now. Pugs. Oh, God. Can I type
in? Sign out of Gmail.
Nah,
before you...
Forget it. Forget it. I'm a risky man.
Oh.
All right, I just typed in pugs anal suction.
The problem with anal glands in pugs.
The Pug Diary. Anal gland, anal sacs produce a unique... Oh, God almighty, will you just tell me what it is?
I hope there's no pictures on this website.
There's a picture of a pug.
Lovely. That actually looks a bit like an angry face.
All right, so the anal gland of the pug gets impacted.
Oh.
And then... I don't know. See,
essentially, we have just looked up pictures of a pug's arse.
Yeah, I know, but sure, I mean, that can't come as any surprise to you.
Lovely. I have big news for the podcast.
Yeah.
Very big news.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. This will tie into your news. If your dog has full anal glands, they will need to be emptied manually by a veterinarian. So, there you go.
Oh, well, that was actually my news. I only bloody passed my driving test.
Oh, congratulations. Even though I knew it, but congratulations.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks.
Faking happiness.
So...
How are you feeling?
Do you
feel you could drive anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I feel like... Give me a place to drive.
Roundabout in Dublin.
Boom, done.
No problem.
No problem.
5 lanes in Dallas.
I could do that.
That actually reminds me. We must say hello to a few people. We must say hello to Helena. Yeah, we must say hello to Orla. We must say hello to Aoife. 3 unbelievable fans that listen to us every single week.
Yeah, and we'll know because if they hear this, they'll obviously get in touch.
Yeah, definitely. So you can message us as proof that you weren't lying. So would you rather be a 2-bedroom terrace house or a 3-bedroom semi-detached?
Semi-detached.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like semi-detached might be a good descriptor for how I feel as a human most days anyway.
Semi-detached.
Semi-detached.
But that could be in a nice way too, because you're attached to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't give me the option of being fully detached.
You can't get a fully detached house these days. Not unless you're a farmer with a build by numbers house.
Well. Can I tell you an interesting thing on that?
Go on.
I won't name any names because they probably would get in trouble for this. But I have a friend who is a farmer and had land available to them, and they were going to build a house. So they got in touch with one of these,
builders.
Yeah, but one of these big, they're like kind of catalog architectural firms.
Yeah.
So you just pick the plans from the catalog and you pay them the rights to the plans.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. They said that they'd like to see samples of the plans, get them run over by an engineer. So they send out samples for the plans, which are just the exact plans with watermarks all over them saying, cannot be used without rights authorization or whatever. They get them, they say, no, sorry, no dice, not the type of house I'd like. They go, will we give you more examples? No, it's fine. And then they got somebody to just get rid of those watermarks, and then they just use them as the plans for the house without paying any architect or anything.
Scumbags.
Just got them signed off by an engineer, and the engineer goes, yeah, that's grand.
Well, I'll tell you a similar story. There was a friend of my dad's who did the same, approached a group like that to build a house. He said, no, I don't want the plans. Didn't rob them. But they said, no, we've actually already put it into action. And then when he was going out into his field, the house started materializing and grew
brick by brick.
Yeah, grew into a house, and he couldn't get rid of it.
He was like one of those custom Minecraft servers.
Yeah,
it was just up.
Could not get rid of it.
Did you ever play Minecraft?
Yeah, I downloaded the demo again the other day thinking that I could actually play it, and then I was like, no, I can't.
There was a group of friends that I had in college that had their own Minecraft server. And one of the lads was like they'd grief each other a bit, like they'd kind of play practical jokes on each other. But one of the lads got so completely anal about this that he was so frustrated that what they'd do is they'd go into other people's houses and just move stuff around just as a piss take. Or They take.
That's what the Stasi used to do in Germany.
Oh, just so that you'd know that somebody had been in there.
Yeah, but you couldn't prove it, so then you'd start freaking out.
You go mad, yeah. So they do that, and he got really mad. So then he started building things that would just like lock the door and stuff like that. So one day, all the rest of the lads on the server got together. One of the lads he was better friends with, he'd go, listen, in case they go in there and I'm not on the server, here, you keep an eye out for me. So he's like, yeah, no bother. What they actually did was that guy was the administrator of the server. So when Yamano was not playing, they went on and changed all of the permissions and stuff like that. So they went into Yamano's house and set up a load of TNT inside the walls of his house and set up the trigger to opening the door. And then they just left it. And they all went on. It was about their day as they knew he was going on. They just hear on the other side of the server.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I saw a nice picture of a guy. It's some multiplayer games, like they're not a dedicated server, but I don't know what the multiplayer game is, but online anyway. Like when anyone else is on and you're not on, your stuff is still up there.
Oh, like Rust.
It might actually be Rust.
Yeah.
I think it is Rust. But this guy had a sign outside and he goes, I work 10-hour shifts. Please leave my house alone. And it was intact. No one went into it.
Really?
Yeah, it was fine, yeah.
Oh.
I was playing online yesterday. I was playing a game called Alienation.
You love that game.
Oh, what a fucking game. What a great game.
Yeah.
No faffing about. Just in, bang, done.
It was PlayStation Now you got it on, wasn't it?
Yeah, PlayStation Now, yeah. If they want to give us a lifetime membership.
Great service.
Best ever. I would definitely...
You'd pimp yourself out.
Yeah, I would, yeah. I would definitely give some lad who works in PlayStation Now a blowy to get that forever.
Yeah?
Yeah. In a figurative sense. In a literal sense. But anyway, I was playing this game and I love this stuff. Even though this guy like could be just some fucking teenager or something.
Yeah.
He was showing me how to like go around the level and stuff, and I was just constantly dying. But then you can revive me, like and rescue me or whatever. So all that I was, and I think there's a name for this, but I can't remember what it is. I was just there that when he died, when he died very rarely, I was basically just there to give him CPR. That was
very good.
And then get the points at the end of the level.
You were a support guy.
I was just a paramedic, just going around doing fuck all because I couldn't shoot anyone.
Did you ever play Dota?
No, but the roommate there on is a massive Dota player.
Huge Dota fan.
Got his Dota medal in the door there the other week.
When I saw that the other day, I was like, that's probably one of the greatest achievements I've ever seen in my life. Yeah,
I got a Dota shield. Actually, keep talking there and I'll go get it.
A friend of mine got really into. I think it wasn't actually Dota. I think it was League of Legends. Could be wrong, but they're pretty much there's very similar games. But he there's this thing called I think it's called like last hitting or something like that, where you could have been hitting away. You could have been fighting a guy for ages. You've knocked down 99% of his health, and if I get the last blow in, then I get all the gold. I get the points from it. And I had a friend who...
Figuratively.
And literally. I had a friend who... Actually, that wouldn't do much good in a fight now. The shield here. But I had a friend who would just go on. He was actually really good, but he'd go on, stand next to lads who were fighting people. This is the detriment of the match. Like, they were always going to lose the match. Stand next to lads as they're fighting people. Not attack them at all. And just wait and get that last hit in.
Brilliant.
Just to piss off everyone else.
Yeah. I was playing that game yesterday, and your man was letting me kill weaker enemies.
Lovely.
So if a weaker enemy has come up, there was one bit where I got a good flamethrower. So it was a legendary flamethrower, so I was way above my level, so I was able to kill some guys. And he stood back, did nothing, and I killed a rake of fellas, and then he sent me a little thing. Nice. And I've never felt prouder. It was like my dad giving me some positive reinforcement. But
Did your dad ever play video games?
I'll tell you his games.
All right, go on.
Sync Sub. Did you ever play Sync Sub?
No.
Sync Sub is where there's a submarine. We're talking Windows 95 now, right?
Okay.
So dad first computer was an Amstrad, I think. But anyway, Windows 95 and a gateway PC.
Nice.
But
is that the one with the little the Frisian?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Frisian logo.
But so there's a submarine on top of the water. So this is all like fucking 2D, and you drop what are they called? Those charges, demolition charges.
Depth
charges. Yeah, you drop them into the water and you try and hit submarines that are going from right to left.
Mm-hmm.
So you must like time the barrel to hit the submarines, and then some submarines are going faster, some are going slower.
That sounds class.
And they shoot things like up at you.
That sounds like a reverse Space Invaders.
Yeah, kind of. If it was submarines and different.
The Sea Invaders.
Then the other one was something called Micemen. Do you ever?
I've heard of Micemen, but
Micemen is a really hard thing to describe. On one side, again, it's a 2D, right? So on one side there are red mice. On the other side are blue mice, and you're trying to get your blue mice to the other side before the red mice get to your side. And then every column, let's say, there's let's say 10 columns across, and there's squares with gaps in them, and your mice are sitting on them. So if you, let's say, push down a column or pull up a column, it might let them go into another gap on the second column.
Yeah.
And then you must work out, but it also has like, if you do that, that might let a red guy through or whatever.
I had a friend who in secondary school, when we were in computer class, somebody was playing Minesweeper once, and he said, Minesweeper, you can only beat Minesweeper if you're a genius. He said that there's no rhyme or reason to it. And we all looked at each other and we were like, no, there is a complete rhyme and reason to it. And he didn't believe us. And then my friend Tom went on Minesweeper, completed a game of Minesweeper, and he said, no, you fluked that. And 4 of us had to complete games of Minesweeper in front of him before he finally thought, okay, there must be rules to this.
Well, what you can do in Minesweeper is, if you want to win, is just put flags on everything.
That's true.
And then you win. Because you're like, well, there might be a mine, so stay away.
That's true. It's a very interesting way to win the game.
What's your favourite computer game from when you were younger?
Favourite one?
Yeah. Again, top 3, because it's easier to do that.
Prince of Persia.
Really?
Prince of Persia, yeah. I would say. We had...
that was my brother's favourite game.
Yeah? The 2D one?
Yeah.
Because we had a PC we had a PC that we got in, I'd say, 1998. And as is the nature with my parents, I still remember I remember vividly the lad coming to set it up, and I thought this is the height of technology. We had a computer, Windows 3.1. You had to log into it with DOS, and if you wanted to play the games, you had to log into a different boot up menu from DOS. I only realized a few years after that, when I was over at somebody else's house, and that the computer we had at that point was actually 10 years old. That Windows 3.1 wasn't in use anymore. That computer couldn't connect to the internet. It didn't know the internet existed. And all the games that were on it had been pirated by the lads inside the place we'd bought it. And they weren't supposed to be on the system.
Do you remember, maybe it wouldn't have been on 3.1, but it was definitely on Windows 95, where you had to put in a code at the start of the game. And the code was based on the manual of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be like page 97, paragraph 2, word 4. And you'd have to throw that in. But when my dad used to get the games pirated as well.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure it was pretty easy to do at the time, but we just thought it was like magic or whatever. But he used to get them, and then he'd have to photocopy the entire manual at work, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to log into it. But there was we're playing Indiana Jones, and Monkey Island and all those games, and really cool games. What's the name of the other one? Day of the Tentacle.
Maniac Mansion.
No, there's another one. It's kind of like Sam and something.
Sam and Max Hit the Road.
No, I don't think it's Sam and Max. It's not that one. That's the dog and the other lad.
The rabbit, yeah.
No, anyway, we lost the manual to Indiana Jones.
Oh, are you thinking of King's Quest?
No. I'll have a look at it there in a minute. But we lost the manual to Indiana Jones. Oh. And what would happen is a symbol would come up, and then you'd have to go into the manual and find that symbol, and then it would have a word next to it. And we only knew one of the words for the symbol. So when you turn on the game, you just be like, no, not the right symbol, not the right symbol, not the right symbol. You'd be going for ages.
Do you remember what the word was?
No idea.
It wasn't something crude.
No, it wasn't. That'd be an easy joke, no.
Can you guess? I did something over the weekend that I haven't done in quite a while. Can you guess what it is?
I don't know. Complimented someone.
No. I give her compliments all the time. Do you remember the time I said that?
Backhanded ones.
Oh, come on. When I said that, you have quite a good hairline. It's a shame about the hair. That's just a compliment.
Is that not a backhanded compliment, no?
I don't think so. That's just a compliment.
Maybe it is Sam and Max. I don't think it is, though. I thought there was another one.
what I did, I actually caught a bit of Fair City.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did too. I watched all of it. But what did you see in it?
So I walked in. Fair City was on. Out visiting my parents. I was like, oh, great, yeah, Fair City. And then myself and my brother started laughing as Paul Brennan came in and he started complaining about something that had gone wrong. And he was dressed like, I can only describe as dressed how I would imagine all funeral home directors dress. And then we came up with a scenario where Paul Brennan...
Wait, can you explain what way the funeral? Just black suit?
No.
Top hat?
No, yes. Top hat. Basically dressed like a ringleader, from a circus. Paul Brennan was dressed like that.
All right, okay.
But he had, he wasn't wearing any pants. It was like suspenders. Do you know, a bit like
why was
Rocky
he,
Horror Picture Show.
Why was he wearing that?
I don't know. It was that was just what they dressed him in that day. But myself and my brother then went into a fantasy land of Paul Brennan opening a new business that was a funeral home. And in order to get storylines working in that funeral home, they start killing off members of the Fair City cast week on, week out. And Oisin, his son, leaves the bodies out rotting. And Paul Brennan comes in and goes, Oisin, you've lost a body. And
but none of this happened.
No, I think we were just, we were just having a fun time, bit of bonding.
I can't find the name of that game. It might be Sam & Max, but I don't think it is. I think there's another one. Anyway, that's great though that you had that special time with your brother.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a funeral home in Fair City? Is there?
No, I don't think so.
I read some Fair City news during the week and then I forgot it.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
What did you get? What?
Update though, Melanie's still looking for a house.
No, she's not.
She is?
She's not.
She is, yeah.
Jesus, Raj, that's going on months.
Years.
How long are we doing this? Is this just 2019?
Oh,
no, it's not. We did it in 2018.
We started this in 2018.
Christ almighty.
So...
Do you remember when you used to make me watch Fair City? You sadistic bastard.
I still do watch it. Like I just said.
Yeah, I do too. I watch loads of it. What's your plan for Monday?
My plan for Monday is going to...
It's a lovely noise to put into the microphone.
Yeah.
My plan for Monday is
going to the city.
Do you want to get a coffee after this?
I'd love a coffee.
Yeah?
Absolutely adore a coffee.
Perfect, yeah. Just go in and collect my car because it's outside your gaff.
That's true. Wait, it's still there.
It's still there. Still hanging out. I feel like I'm beating the system though because there's a parking disc in my car, unscratched. But Sunday and a bank holiday Monday. Get away, traffic warden, you old shit.
Do they work on bank holidays?
No, and if they do, my car is staying there forever. Because getting the clamp off will be worth more than the car. Yeah. So you can just keep it there as an ornament.
Where I used to work, there was a huge car park outside. It was in like a technology park. And there was one day I was just outside on my break, just drinking a coffee, and I watch lads come up to their car. It's clamped. One of the lads starts kicking the clamp and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna call the number on it." Well, now, and the funny thing about this is they didn't realize this, but because it's just a facilities clamp, it's basically just a deterrent. So you call the number. It's one of the lads inside in one of the buildings. You pay a tenner, they just take it off. It's not a big rigmarole. They don't realize this. One of the lads goes, "I'll call the number," and the other guy goes, "No, forget that. I'll go over to my car." He goes over to his car, brings out bolt cutters, and starts just hacking away at the edges of the clamp. He's doing this for about 10 minutes.
Did you see this happen?
Yeah, I was watching this happen. Did this for about 10 minutes, and then he turns to the Amano and goes, "Yeah, no, I don't know what I thought I was going to do." Goes, "No, that doesn't work."
I've seen videos of lads taking it off. I saw this lad. He drove a pink car, and he was like in some sort of New York place, and he just drove home with it.
Really?
No, that was The Simpsons.
I remember that.
Yeah, that wasn't real life. I had something in. Oh yeah, what I want to discuss is I know it's a bit lame to talk about hangovers.
Oh Jesus!
I know.
You didn't have one of them, did you?
I did.
How'd you get one?
I drank a little bit at half 11 p.m. in the night. Oh no, 11. I hadn't had a drink.
That's true, yeah.
3 minutes past 11. I had 5 drinks. But I'm in a little bit of a bind, right? Because it was a good night Saturday, but then Sunday is as good as gone.
Right off.
It's good. It's fucking gone. Like
you've sold Sunday to have a good time Saturday.
Yeah, you do. You get rid of it.
You've cashed it in, like.
You get rid of it. But it's just so weird. And even today, I woke up now, and I was really looking forward to you calling over. And
you were having fun with Eric.
Oh, Eric.
I ruined it, did I?
Eric's the worst man in life. I was inside here.
Do you know what you were describing with Sundays? Right. Eric has that for weeks.
I was inside here earlier, right? And myself and Eric were eating hobnob biscuits, as are his faves, right? Well, like I was eating the end of them when he came in. And he, blew a fuse because he was saying, "Oh, he can't. There's nowhere open on a bank holiday." And I was like, "There's everywhere open on a bank holiday. Go and get more biscuits."
Keys.
To be honest, I think that people who buy biscuits, like if they're living in an apartment or whatever, they should buy more in anticipation of their roommates eating them.
Yeah, big thing for you. Big thing for you, right? Have you seen the new bourbon biscuits?
Oh no! What have they gone and done with them?
They've changed them, Dennis.
No, they have. Who've changed them?
The cheap ones we buy.
Oh dear God! I'm going to get sick.
Well, hang on
Why
though.
did they change them?
I don't know. Why mess with perfection? Often an often cited trope.
I have a small bit on bourbons as well in my stand-up.
Well, that's still
okay.
Yeah, they haven't
still have the
because
dots.
they need those for baking process, so
okay,
they're still there. Let me tell you something though. You're sad. I can tell that you're not happy.
Is this going to end
change.
up with something completely unrelated to bourbons?
No. First time I saw them, I thought, "Fuck, why have they done this?" Then I have a bite. I go, "Oh, it's different. It's different." A few weeks later, it's different and it's better.
Okay. Do you have a picture of them?
They've improved them.
Do you have a picture of them?
I don't.
Why are you on your phone then?
What? Well,
why are you on your phone?
I just have I just got a text off a friend.
Fucking tell me.
Text off a friend.
I won't
there.
say what app it is, but is that way? I thought you were getting something ready.
No. I just got a text off a friend, and it says he said he's overwhelmed by Wayne's generosity.
Oh,
his name's Tommy now, and he can't bring himself.
Are we still doing this?
To tell the truth. What? It's a friend.
That's not a text.
And then his friend Carol admires Anto's enthusiasm as he relishes working at the station. And Zach and Charlotte circle each other in a battle of wits.
So anyway, right? I saw this TikTok video yesterday. And it was on Instagram, put up on Instagram from TikTok, as you know. And it was just a guy, and it said me without the internet 10 years ago, right? And it was just him, and he had just a fucking sheet of paper on his chest, right? And he was doing nothing, right? And then the next one is me with the internet, and he's looking up memes, and that was it. And I'd say it had 300,000 views.
Yeah. What are we doing wrong?
I was like, what? That's just something that's happening. Like,
yeah.
Like me in a dark room with no light, me turning on the light, 600,000 views.
Okay. Picture this video of you. It goes me before TikTok's created. So you sat there doing nothing. Me after TikTok's created. You sat there doing nothing.
Yeah.
50 million views.
Do you think?
I'd say, yeah. And you put Old Town Road to it.
Oh, Old Town Road came on the other night.
It didn't.
It did? You were in that bar.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Here's something. Thomas, our friend Thomas, my friend really.
Friend is strong. Yeah.
He's never he'd never heard Old Town Road until that point. And I'd once seen him involved in a conversation with somebody else, and the entire conversation was about Old Town Road.
Did he wing it?
He did, yeah.
That's great.
He just went along with it. Old Town Road, I like the original version. Then the version remix with what's his name, Billy Ray Cyrus in it. It's grand.
What, you don't prefer that version?
I don't prefer that version, but I think it's...
Oh, because you prefer the original. Oh, I understand.
Yeah. But then Diplo...
Yeah.
Diplo.
You've never sounded older. And Skrillex.
Yeah. He's a remix. Don't like that either, right? But the thing I do like about it is that the original cover artwork is just a horse, a majestic black horse on a white background. The remix of Billy Ray Cyrus, majestic black horse with a majestic like brown horse on a white background. The final remix is majestic black horse, majestic brown horse, and a DJ on a white background. No, a majestic grey horse on a white background. I like that.
Oh, I thought there was going to be a pig or something.
No. So just adds a horse every time. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do another remix, and just have a horse up the top. You can do one.
What would be your DJ name?
My DJ. Oh, I've always held by Optimus Rhymes.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there Optimus Rhymes out there?
There is a lad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably be DJ Sound.
I like it.
Because music has stuff to do with sound, and I'm really sound.
You should be DJ Starscreen.
No, you are him. Remember?
Oh no, I love him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also love you.
Oh, my legs are shaking.
You okay?
No.
What's that coming from your forehead? It's like droplets of blood.
Oh. Shitty shit. There was something. I had something topical to talk about for once.
Really?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yes.
All right. Conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat. They made him deliberately bad in the trailers and stuff, so that they could get a load of publicity and then redo it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
That was like that time you got a haircut you didn't like, and then you went and you got a way better haircut, and everyone was saying, "Oh, jeez, whoa, I really like this haircut." Yeah,
you told me to get the blue hedgehog haircut.
I thought it would suit you.
I actually did think it suited me, but people weren't up for it at all.
No, you looked
before its time.
You looked like you were kind of addicted to something.
My friend Sean got his hair dyed like blonde, and then he got a blue stripe in the middle of it.
Is that true?
Yes, 100% true. This is Sean O of the Tribal Shirt fame. He was involved in that triangle. Oh yeah, the Tribal Shirt Wars. And he said he's going to up his game, like, and he said I'm going to destroy his tribal shirt power. So he got his hair dyed blonde and a blue thing in the middle, but like, you know, he got it done down in, you know, some fucking barbers that, you know,
they put a ruler either side.
Yeah,
they spray painted along the middle.
Like, you know, they're not going to do a good job.
No.
But anyway, did that. 2 days later, blue stripe turns green.
Brilliant.
I assume because of the mixing power of the two.
On your tribal shirt topic, I couldn't think of any analog to that whatsoever in my life. And this isn't quite the same thing, but I told you this recently that I only had when I was thinking about that again, I had a vivid realization about the fact that I went to secondary school in Ballincollig, but a lot of my family are from Macroom, which is a different world, and I got a hooded check shirt. This would have been in 2009. Got a hooded check shirt that was being sold on reduced to clear, ridiculously. It was so stylish. Reduced to clear in the Duns in Macroom. There was this item had never turned up in Ballincollig. I was wearing it. It was pretty much my signature thing. People would comment on it. Just every
in front of you or behind you.
Oh well, behind me, but you know,
in a cool way.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Wow, look at that," and they'd snigger a bit, and I go, "Yeah, you know." This is what I've always wanted.
He's a prick.
I nearly got in a physical fight with a lad about him claiming that he was the first person to wear a hooded check shirt in Closhcolm in Ballincollig.
Who was the first?
It was me. Because this is how the misunderstanding happened.
How do you know it was you?
Because this is how the misunderstanding happened.
You've let it go anyway.
No, because in 5th year, I was chatting to him. He was in transition year. I was commenting to him about the fact that I noticed he was wearing a hooded check shirt, and I said, "Oh, hooded check shirts." I started wearing that at the start of transition year. I was the first lad to wear them in Closhcolm.
Wait, what? He was wearing one at the time, and you said it to him, was it?
Yeah.
Like I did.
Like standing on the shoulder of giants is basically what I was
you
trying
were
to
like,
impart to him.
Nice one, but I invented it.
Yeah, I was trying to impart that to him. And he goes, "Oh, I started wearing it." He goes, "Oh, we probably wore them around the same time because I started wearing it at the start of transition year as well." But the thing is, I was saying it in the start of my transition year, which had been a year previous. But he was saying it at the start of his transition year, which was the current year of our Lord that we were in then, 2010. And And I go, no, you don't understand. I mean last year. And he goes, no, I don't believe that. They didn't have them then. And I was like, no, they did. They definitely did. I had one. And he goes, I don't.
How do you know there wasn't another guy like sporting them in the school?
Because like everyone knew me. They started calling this guy Shit Raj. Shit Raj, because he was dressing like me. And I can tell you now with some certainty, I would have battered the life out of this guy. He's about 5'4". I would have absolutely destroyed him. And it is.
Would you ever confuse when someone calls you the shit and the shit?
Yeah, are there two meanings to that?
I think there is. Depends on what you pronounce it. Well, anyway, what's the end of that?
I battered the fucker.
So you kissed him. No, what happens? Did he take it off? Did you make him take it off and throw in the bin?
I made him take the whole lot off.
We had lockers that were like just little tiny square lockers, and I can't remember what I did, but I did something to Tom, my friend, who was also involved in the Tribal Shirt Wars, and he was right across from my locker. So you'd have good fun if you could, I don't know, open up their locker and just like throw away all their books and put in newspapers or something like that. And one day I did something to Tom's bag. I think I might have turned it inside out and then put all his books into it. Did you ever do that? You turned their bag inside out.
Yes.
And then
we call it sacking.
You put loads of
Would
books into
you Tipex stuff on the outside?
No. Yeah, Tom was much bigger than me and would have killed me, so I wasn't doing that.
We did that and we Tipex stuff on the outside. But one genius thing somebody did once was what they Tipex on the outside. When they'd flipped it inside out, they'd Tipex like, "Oh, I'm a loser," and the guy was like, "Oh," and then they flipped it back around. They'd actually Tipexed the proper outside before they turned it inside out with the biggest cock and balls you could possibly draw.
Scum.
Genius.
So at my locker, there was a warning. They were like, there's a lot of messing going on at the lockers. I don't want it to happen anymore. Now, in another part of the school, I think I did that to Tom's bag and then I hung it off of something that was very hard to get. So then he was late for English class.
Yeah.
So then I came back to my locker. No need to unlock it anymore. Didn't have a door.
Oh, lovely stuff. Very convenient.
And because Tom was my friend, I wasn't going to rat him out.
Yeah.
And Jack Tierney came along, vice principal, and he said, "What happened to your locker?" And I said, "I ripped the door off, Jack."
Pure accident.
And he was like, "I know you didn't do that." I was like, "I did. I ripped it straight off."
We had those same square lockers, but did you have to share them with someone?
No, Jesus, did you have to share them with someone?
We had to share them with someone.
Remind me to tell you in a minute about the soup scandal. But
okay.
No, why would you have to share them with someone?
We had to share them with somebody. I never used mine, just didn't I had no use for it. I kept all the knowledge in my head. Didn't need books, but the teachers disagreed. But
where would you get the knowledge in the first place?
Don't know.
Make it up.
Yeah, just if you say anything with enough confidence, people just go, "Yeah, that's probably true."
Actually, I think if you use an analogy for something, you can get away with anything. As in, if you just give someone an analogy.
Oh, it's a bit like this.
Yeah. And if you say it with enough intent, the person will be like, well, you could interpret that like 10 ways. So, okay.
That's fine. Yeah, it's loose enough.
If you ever want to get out of a bind to something you don't understand, just give them an analogy.
Definitely. 100%.
Because it's like, if you think about it, it's kind of like a ship on the water. And then, like, if, let's say you had a load of cannonballs and they fell off and then the ship righted itself.
Yeah. Sounds good, yeah.
See? Well, it just do anything.
There was one lad who in I think it was first year or second year or it must have been first year. He was going to his locker. You were split lockers with somebody else, and the guy says to him, "Oh, just so you know, I'm not sharing this locker." So Emmanuel goes, "Oh, that's great."
Power move.
Thinking he's not going to use the locker, and he goes, "No, you don't understand. You can't use this locker." So the guy's like, "Oh," and he's like, "And if you tell the teacher, I'm going to beat the living shit out of you."
Nice.
So he goes, "Okay, great."
Survival of the fattest.
So Emmanuel goes off, doesn't know what to do, doesn't use his locker, being crippled with the amount of bags.
Was this you?
No, I was the other lad. I said to give me that fucking hooded shirt, and one day, guy comes up with a brilliant idea. He stores up his lunch in his bag for a week, letting it go moulding or rotten. Calls over to the locker last thing Friday evening, empties that out in the locker, locks up the locker again, heads off. Emmanuel comes back Monday, just flies. All Yamano gets slaughtered. And they were like, the two of you did it. The two of you did it. And the friend goes, no, I actually don't use the locker. And none of the books were his. He got Yamano absolutely fucking destroyed. Yamano wasn't allowed to have a locker anymore.
And did your man get the locker then?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done, Raj. That was a good move.
Thanks.
The Campbell soup scandal was...
Go on.
So my friend Sean, tribal short, he was elected as student council president, right? And to say the power went to his head was
a gross understatement.
Extreme understatement, right? So one of the first things that they were doing was they were doing a charity drive, right? Charity food.
Full throttle.
What? It's not full throttle, no. We're talking about the games again, but that's not what it is. That was good. I actually saw another game there that I forgot about, and it was Dig.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't remember that. And there was another great game called Heart of Darkness.
I never played that.
You could put on 3D glasses.
That sounds cool.
One of the bosses was like 3D.
Yeah.
I remember it as like probably the best 3D experience of my entire life, but I'm probably like imagining half of it.
That was your avatar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, one of the best 3D things I've seen was in Jackass the movie 3D, and they shoot a dildo out of a cannon.
Yeah.
And it like goes right out, and I like ducked in.
You jumped to catch it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mouth open.
Yeah. That's me. So.
Like a salmon.
Yeah, a pregnant salmon. What was I saying?
Campbell soup.
So anyway, so there's the food drive is on. Sean is leading the charge. He's running into some political resistance because he's not pulling his weight, and he just wants to get this thing that never existed called a Student Council Presidential Ring. That's what he wants, right? Yeah. And he's not doing anything to help the charity thing. Now, I am stuck for an English book, right? Now, we're giving Sean a bit of a doing about this presidential thing, right? And he is not taking it lightly, and he's like saying that he's the most important job in the entire world, right? In the Western world, right? So I say, Grant, whatever. So I'm like, oh, I know Sean's locker. He doesn't lock it. So he has my English. I think he had my English book. So I was like, oh, I need to go get my English book or I'm going to be murdered. So I actually left the class I was in and I went to go get it. And I open up the locker and I can't see the back of it, so I'm just feeling around, like see if I can get the book. And then I touch something like kind of metal, tin, cold, and I pick it up and it's a tin of Campbell's chicken soup that the student president had robbed from the charity food drive.
No.
So I was like, I have it. Like, here's the smoking gun. Like, he's done.
This is your Watergate.
Oh my God. It was one of the best moments of my life. I've never felt joy like that. And I took out the soup, put it into my bag and didn't say a thing. Or the other version of the story is a complete lie. But I took it anyway. And I went off, and then I started asking him vague questions like, "What's your favorite soup?" and all this kind of stuff. And he was sweating bullets. And then there was this monthly shitty newsletter that used to go called The Nutshell. Yeah, and
that's a good name.
I was never in it. I was never in the.
You were in the wanted section.
Never involved in it, but I was like, "Oh, can I write an article in this one?" So I wrote an article of like breaking news. You didn't?
Yeah, I did. You didn't?
Yeah, about your man. Because the way I got away with it was that Jack Tierney, the same lad, he's a lovely fella, like a vice principal. He'd kill you like if you were doing anything wrong. Yeah. But he was sick shit of writing this newsletter. So I said, "Here, Jack, I'll type the thing out for you and everything." Like, and I fucking slipped in this kind of a front page about Shawnee D fucking robbing soup.
Was he stripped of his titles?
No, but like the teachers didn't want anything to do with it because it was just annoying to them. Like, but we were there then, like, you know, we didn't care either. But it was just, you know, we were like, "Miss, we're not doing any homework now until he's gone."
Impeach.
Yeah. This school is corrupt. It's rotten to the core. Yeah, I think he was called Soup for a while. I think he was called Soups.
That's always the way.
Yeah. But anyway, that's that. Where are we going to get coffee in town? It's fucking
can we go
stinky
to
bank holiday? No, so
can we go to, if it's open, do you know, the place on
Jesus, this episode's gone on for a
while. North Main Street. Do you know
the place down the bottom left?
Yeah,
the cinema.
Yeah.
I think they call it Perky's.
Perky's.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's go to Perky's. Couple of Perky boys.
All right, okay. It is a cold day after all. All right, that's it for me. I've nothing else to say.